Hello! Thanks for joining. How is everyone? So glad to see you all on this Tuesday evening. Last week I missed. I'm totally sorry. I did not give a heads up. As a matter of fact, I was only aware that it was Tuesday after it was 8 o'clock. So totally sorry about that. But we're here now, having a good time. So I made a kind of a, yeah I did, yeah I forgot. So I love this opening theme by, was it by Mitch Murder? Yes, it is by Mitch Murder. Yeah, all of my music is actually by Mitch Murder because he's the only music producer that. So MOCNES, yes indeed. I got a lot of work done, however, this past week has been a little bit of a stinker. Every week has been a stinker. I feel that's the story of my life, so I'm just going to gloss over a few things that's been happening to me this week. By the way, I hope the volume's good. I hope the sound is good. Did not have time to prep. Yeah, just jumped right into it. I was planning, number one, on focusing more on my own stream because I've been streaming with ChildrenOfPrimus since like last July, since after TFCon last year. Can you show something new of it that you made? If there are. I'll get to that in a minute about the mystery of Convoy. So yeah, just to gloss over a number of things that happened to me this week. A customer stole some services, so I'm out a few $100s on that, and that was really annoying. It caused some trouble in my office. I almost got evicted from my office place because, as a result, but fortunately I smoothed it over. So essentially I almost lost my job and source of revenues. That's supposedly okay, but I have like serious anxiety about going to the office, but like whatever. I'm trying not to stress, that's number two. Went to the hospital. Man, I hate going to the hospital. That in itself is not fun. So I just went for some testings and they don't say much. So it's kind of annoying going to the hospital. Sometimes like when you see your doctor, like you get a personal experience, but in the hospital they're just so busy and overworked that yeah, they don't even think about what they're doing. You kind of have to tell them exactly what you're after in the hospital. What else? Oh, something came to mind, but I forgot. In the evenings, I've been so overworked every day that I feel so overjoyed to be part of like Goober Stream and Ninjatron Stream and Protoman Stream. So I really appreciate that, and I really feel how important that can be as a routine thing. So also I thank you guys for joining, James and an unpopular user. That really means a lot. That's super cool that I get to hang out with you all every week. And I totally needed that on Tuesday. So moving forward, I'm going to put a lot more effort into this. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to get to, is then ChildrenOfPrimus. So ChildrenOfPrimus is something I've been working a lot on. I've been putting a lot of efforts specifically lately on renewing. Hey Ninjatron, yeah, thank you for your streams, dude. Yeah, really. Oh yeah, speaking of which, that's what really reminded me, is like when I was watching your stream at the end of the day, it was like, wow, that was like, that hard day just totally like melted away when I was like just chilling with you. So that was great, really cool. Hopefully my lighting is good. I changed the lighting a bit. I made a diffuser just now. It seems to be working. Moving to ChildrenOfPrimus, yeah, I've been doing a lot of work with that. Switching over to like a different streaming platform because like we do like group things, right? And so Spin got me onto this one thing called Video Ninja, and that was pretty cool. That it's an open source platform, very much like StreamYards and Restream and the like. So yeah, I started working on that, and then I ran into a tiff with one of the members of ChildrenOfPrimus. He's not on all the time, but like that really bugs me that like there's abrasive tensions there. So anyways, I tried to smooth that over No, I hate just mulling over the issue because I feel like I bottle things up and like I think that's what some people expect sometimes is I just don't talk about it. I just kind of bottle it up and deal with it. So like somebody threatened me that if he ever sees me at TFCon he's gonna kick my ass. And I'm like, I don't take that fucking lightly. Let me fucking tell you. If you for any reason give me stress about TFCon, I'm about ready to end you. So I didn't, but that was really upsetting. So I tried to take it lightly. I tried to like take it with a grain of salt, but I couldn't. It escalated. Although I tried to avoid the scenario. So so I just called the cops. I called the cops and I told the cops like, look, this guy threatened me about TFCon. Call this fucker and like tell him to absolutely keep out of my friggin' hair, otherwise he's gonna get arrested for threatening me. That is a threat of assault. That's chargeable. That's a criminal offense in Canada. So yeah, very upset about that, but at least he knows now I'm serious. Like that's not something to joke about. And I warned him numerous times, not once, but more than once. I've warned him like that's not something you say. And yeah. Anyways, that's not acceptable. So that's something I had to deal with this week, and that's really put me off of Transformers. That ain't happening. You're in with people who are in with staff. We'll get the sucker thrown up. Yeah, I know. And I thought about that. And I told the cop that, and like everyone anyone can like Transformers, whether you're crazy or not. Like everyone can like Transformers, and I understand that people get excited if they're dealing with Transformers, but I'd like to emphasize that, like, you know, control your enthusiasm. And I understand I get very excited during TFCon as well, but yeah, I think the idea of like Children of Primus is that so we can like collaborate throughout the year and every week and like share our experiences, so it's like so we're ready to like have that get together at TFCon and like as a team. So yeah, I don't necessarily want anyone kicked out of TFCon. I just want everyone to have a good time and to have an understanding. So I tried to relay that to him, and numerous times I tried to get together with him and like help him out and talk to him, but like he just wasn't getting it. So yeah, call the cops. I feel better about that. Like it was really bothering me. So it was really just, you know, under my skin type of bothering me. So I dealt with that. What else? I had that squirrel. It really took me a long time to get over that. I'm friends with his mother and sibling now, though. Like I go see them every morning, and I'm back on the stint with getting sweets. Also, I've been trying not to stress. So the thing about like over sugaring myself, I have a little bit of a sugar addiction that I'm trying to kick. So slowly, I'm gonna get rid of it. So I picked up some Lemon Sea by Suntory, and this happens to be a Fire Peach version. That's not cool. You're going through in COP. We're connect like Go Lion Voltron. We connect like Go Lion Voltron. I know, and I would hate for something to come between us. It's such a great group, and yeah, I'm not gonna let that deter me. So you know, well, this is not only. Look, there's a whole thing on this thing. Didn't realize this. So here's Peach. She's like grabbing the fire flower, and then she's got the fire outfit. Cool. I don't think I played a game where Peach. Is New Super Mario Bros. Does that have Peach as a playable character? I'm not sure. Forget. So I think I tried something like this from Suntory before. I think it was just like a lemon strong, but without the alcohol. I think that's what it was. It was an alcohol-free lemon strong, and that was just awful. I hope this is not the same. Yeah, it's good. 3D World has Fire Peach. Super Mario 3D World. Was that for Wii? 3D World. So It's really rare that I pick up a toy. They're so expensive now, and I never really lately have been having liquid money, and also I haven't seen anything that's overly caught my eye for Transformers. I tend to be pretty picky on what I buy and what catches my eye. It has to like really do it for me. Wii U first, then released on Switch. Okay. Pretty much everything is released on Switch. So I picked up a Studio Series Bumblebee. Yeah, this is a fun character. I like it simply for what it is, and I think the main thing that why I like it so much is that it has a gimmick where it's not much of a gimmick actually. It's part of the transformation. That his chest opens up and his head rolls in there. But I replaced it with the Bumblebee Matrix. So these 3D printed matrices, these 3D printed matrices that I've done, actually fits in there very well. But it's not like it sticks in there on its own. I put some double-sided tape in there. So let's see. There's some extra room. It's quite roomy in there, and it fits in pretty well. Yeah, that's kind of why I picked it up. It's just to like see if that fit, how that fit, and should I make some type of adapter, because I think it was Hightail Creations, 3D printed guy, maybe Hightail Creations or somebody else. Hightail Creations, or another 3D printer, made an adapter that goes inside, because inside there's like a square peg. I'm not sure what the square peg in there is for, but it's a square peg to circle peg, which can attach to, I think it's Hot Rod's Matrix, which is just like a reuse matrix, I think, for another Prime figure. And then it could stick in there very well. So I'm wondering, can I do that for this guy to make like an adapter and like market that? Or would it be a better idea to like, yeah, maybe I could just make an adapter and then market this. So this is my red and yellow matrix. Not for any other reason than I was printing in those colors, and I made some extra stock so I can have some colorful matrices at TFCon. This is my Wolverine Deadpool matrix. I wore this on a necklace when I went to Wolverine and Deadpool, and I figured it suited Bumblebee. This one is actually different because it doesn't have a loophole for the necklace. Yeah, and then aside from that, I'm not so fond of the figure. I like the simplicity. It's not too much going on. I love how the back clips down, using that the flex of the plastic there to keep it nice and tight. So I feel the bot mode is nice and solid. What makes it solid is the pins. There's pins everywhere. There's pins here, there's pins on the ankles, there's pins here, there's pins here, there's pins here. Everything is pins. The only place there's screws is in the crotch, and what that does is just holds the legs on their, like the thigh swivel, kick swivel I guess you can call it, and then the top part of that where it screws into, it's the waist swivel. So yeah, very cool design, a lot of pegs. Some things I wanted to note is that, well, number one, it's full. Like, it's not one of those figures you see a lot of hollowness on. Like, a lot of the parts are covered except for the little parts on the back of the feet, which isn't much of a big deal. It's kind of out of sight. The size of the body is filled out. Like, it's very nicely done. Legs are full because they're so thin. There's not really, they're very functional everywhere as a joint. So some things that I didn't like is that the hood is a different part than this windshield and side window part. This is like the yellow plastic of the shell, rest of the shell. His forearms, his piece over here, and like back here, and all the parts that kind of move, the yellow parts, those are a lighter color yellow than the canopy and the hood part. The reason being is a different type of plastic, which are have to be bendable, right? So the top is like more hard plastic, so the colors, it's hard to match colors, especially when you're dealing with two different types of plastic. Maybe this one, maybe they're not different types of plastic, but maybe one has a different type of additive than the other. So that's come out a little bit of a different color, a little bit more creamish yellow. Yeah, so the windshield here is a gray plastic. I think the same plastic or similar plastic to his arms. And it's painted yellow on the side, and it's not painted enough coat so you can kind of see the color of the gray underneath. Yeah, a few nitpicks I have about the details on it, but like as it is, it's a great figure. $44 figure? I don't know. I guess so, considering that's what everything else is. So here is the gun accessory that plugs in on his back of his backpack, which is pretty cool. But this is also where his tire was situated. Some people say it was like that in a toy. I think, because that's where his head would fold up. I think there was a sticker and like a outdent of that part. Lots of deals on Amazon today, but I don't have a Prime account or a job anymore. Oh no, it's October 8th. That's right. I heard about that. Something October 8th and 9th about Amazon Prime. Let me know what you want, Ninja, and I'll grab it for you. I have a Prime account. Unfortunately, I still have a job. I almost lost my job, so I'm alright, I suppose, in that respect. Here's my Masterpiece V1 Masterpiece Bumblebee, and this one had a backpack that plugged on the back, so I thought that was kind of cool. You're kidding, I dropped his license plate right in my drink. It's floating on top. Ah. Oh, darn. It's okay. It's just a lemony. What is that? Is that the license plate? I thought there was something stored under there. So yeah, this is the spare tire that goes on the Masterpiece V1 Bumblebee. And yeah, so I would like to replace this gun with that tire on the back. That would be fun. Just 3D print that. I was getting back into 3D printing. Yellow is difficult. Doesn't really match up no matter what they do. Very true. I want Magmatron. I want the recent Mayhem exclusives, but I'm sure there will be no other chances at those. Yeah. I don't know. There's so many, and like they get re-releases. Like even the Cosmos got re-released, so sure down the line we'll see something. I wonder, will they, because they, in some way, shape, or form, they basically re-released like Siege figures and Voyager figures, and I think some way, shape, or form, we'll see that. We'll see it again. I want to get a 6-inch tall Ultra Magnus figure that scales well with a 5-inch Optimus Prime figure. I think, is it Iron Factory who makes those really cool short scale figures? I wonder if that's 6-inch. Who else makes them? I wonder if New Age. I haven't gotten any New Age figures. As a matter of fact, I haven't gotten any Studio Series figures in-house anymore. I think this is my one and only Studio Series figure. Can I think of another one I have? I don't think so. I think this is my only Studio Series figure. That's pretty cool. I want to get a cheap bootleg Bumblebee figure. Which cheap bootleg? Like the G1 bootleg? I was looking at, oh man, I found this YouTube channel. Some guy was showing off like the highest selling Transformers on eBay this month, or last month or whatever, and a couple of them were bootlegs. So it was a Devastator gift set that sold for I think $2,500 US, and it was like clearly a bootleg. It was such a bootleg. The grid, like that yellow burst behind the Devastator, was in front of the grid. It was covering the grid, so it was like you could, when you look at it, you could clearly see that there's something up with that. Yeah, I want one that's G. What's with the G? What's with the new Transformers 1? Does that change the definition of Generation 1 now? Because Transformers 1. Is that Transformers 1 pre-Generation 1? I think they should have made it a different name. That was the running title of Transformers, the working title that they were working on like 5 years ago. So back to the yellow. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to take this apart and airbrush this completely like Lack Customs. He does some really cool stuff. And I was looking at this figure. There's so many pins. How on earth am I going to take this apart? In my opinion, there's no such thing as a Generation 1. That's fair, because essentially that's true. Generation 1 never really existed. Generation 2 existed. That was a thing. Generation 1, there was a Generation 1 SCF, those like vinyl figure packs, those blind packs, back in like 2003 or whenever. Was it 2003? Somewhere around there. 2005 maybe. They had a whole bunch of those acts, Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, and a couple of them were subline Generation 1. Do you like Ultra Magnus figures where the trailer can work with other Transformers? That's the whole point. That's the whole, he's a car carrier. He's a car carrier. So like if it's difficult for like Ultra Magnus to fit a car, like I think that's such a poor alt mode. So his G1 alt mode is just barely passable because like you can hardly hold some cars in there. And like what's with the like thing on top? That's like, they could have done that a little bit differently. There was one really cool Ultra Magnus, I remember. There was like a really awesome car carrier Ultra Magnus, and I thought that was really awesome. I forgot which line that was, though. Yeah, Ultra Magnus has to be a functional character. Or he could be like an armored truck. Like, I can understand, like, he doesn't always have to be a car carrier. That's his Earth mode form. But if he can haul bots like Optimus Prime, I think that's kick-ass. Yeah. So if I'm going to airbrush this, that's going to be an incredible amount of work taking that apart. That's like, I do have some tools that could soften the plastic around it, but like for example, there's a whole pin that goes all the way through here. Yeah, I don't know. That's something to consider. When I got it, I thought like, yeah, I could do that, but it's so pinned up. Yeah, it might be more than I bargained for. Did you know they have a Hot Wheels car of Ultra Magnus? I think I saw that. Yeah, I saw that, and I wasn't really sure because it's such a small. It was such a small box. Or there's gonna be. Cool. Also, speaking of Ultra Magnus, what about MOC NES? So, getting to that, so I had some work done on it, and just this past week, I don't even remember where I left off. Like, I haven't had a chance to look at it, and like my mind has been on so many other things. So essentially, I've been working on. What was the last thing I was working on? Can I show? It's not on this computer. It's not on this computer. I can't even show because it's not even online. This is not one of those things that I upload to GitHub. You have 2 months and some days left until final release. Cool. I made a promotional video that I've been editing. Well, I've been working on this for a couple of weeks, and I may have already mentioned it. So I made a promotional recording video. Christmas time. That's the promo. That's when it's for. That's my release date. I've been writing a little bit on the script. I haven't done anything this week. Well, on that. Yeah, on the day the original game came out on December 5th, 1986. There was something else that was related to games. Well, here's something related to games. I got this Gummy. Again, I don't condone the overconsumption of sugar. I think you should watch your consumption of sugar, but in the spirit of not giving a fuck, I am going to partake in candy. So this was, I think it was just a question mark block. Oh, there are question mark blocks in it. And it's got some green stars, and it's got some purple fire flowers. These Japanese gummies are really substantial. I really like. They're full of flavor. They're full of texture. They're not like just like get stuck in your teeth kind of gummies. They're really enjoyable gummies. When do you plan on releasing the trailer? It's not really a trailer that I'm working on. It's more like a commercial. A trailer though. A trailer would be a good idea. You know when I would like to release trailers when I'm a little bit more certain on the storyline. My ideas of the story has been actually changing recently. The question mark block has some juice in it. Like a little gush there, that's cool. Yeah. Actually this Suntory is pretty good. That's actually really refreshing. So that was the fun stuff. This month is Inktober. I've been doing some inking a little bit, mostly sketching because I just wanted to like get back in the habit of drawing. I'm really rusty, and I guess I'm kind of overthinking it as well. I haven't really spent much time like while I'm watching Ninja's Goober stream and doodling a little bit. No Energon Cube gummies? Hey, that's an idea. We can get some licensed Energon Cube gummies. This is pretty much an Energon Cube. There's not even a... Oh, there is something on this. It's a mushroom? Well, that's... Or maybe it's just a bad question mark. Yeah, it's just a bad question mark. Energon gummies would be a good idea. Proto Man had a video he just released earlier today. Interviewing the guy from, I think it was Energize Entertainment? I forget. But the guy who was doing the Kickstarter for the card company. The trading cards. And like the 40th anniversary Transformers trading card set. Which is pretty cool. I knew someone that who got the license for the 2007 movie trading card set, and he actually gave me a couple of sets, like a whole binder with all of them, and he gave me another box with the whole set, including like the signed ones. So he would actually like send these cards out to like Shia LaBeouf and like Megan Fox, and they signed each one and shipped them back. So that was his job. It was to like connect with people and companies to get licenses and actors and their agents and things like that. It was really tedious work. Like he would be on the phone just calling agents. Hey, can we get this license? Yeah, $100 for this and blah blah blah. A little bit of an annoying character, but you know, that was his thing. So that was cool to see. Proto Man interviewing the guy, and apparently he was like, he used to work with Bob Budiansky back in the day. So the guy who did these trading cards has like some connection to it. Also, I believe Frankenstein's brother did some work on these cards as well, which I thought was pretty cool. Try to fix my music display. And it doesn't seem to be working. Here we go. Not bad. So yeah, Inktober, that was cool. I really need to catch up on some inking. This is a good opportunity to do that. It's like the beginning of the month, so there's a few days I haven't done. I've only been doodling a few days this month, so I'm happy to get that under my belt a little bit every day. Yeah, health-wise, that's been something I have to be focus on, is like how much energy I have, because by the end of the day, like I'm so burnt out that a lot of things get overlooked at the end of the day. So trying to pace myself every day. So adding a little bit of like art, a little bit of this every day is a good way to go about it, instead of like really diving into it. Also, another thing is I haven't been 3D printing very much, so that's one thing I did today. My sister gave me this Insta360 camera, which is really awesome because she gave me like a clip to put on my cat harness, so Laana can have some DeceptiKitty adventure videos. And unfortunately, it didn't come with a charger. Like, these things are really expensive, so you could buy them without the charger and the thing assembly. So I 3D printed this, and I figured out the pinouts on the back here, and I could just put a little USB cable, and I have these, what are these things I ordered from DigiKey? It's like these pressure things. Like, it's got a little spring in there, so that when I clip it on with the magnet, which these are here, then they'll press onto the positive and negative thing, and then boom, charging. So that's something I whipped up. I think just the other day I spent like 20 minutes just to put that together because I needed it. I haven't done it yet. This is just like the prototype. I like when Ultra Magnus is bigger than Optimus Prime. Yeah. You know what I feel? I think that like Power Master Optimus Prime and Ultra Magnus should be on par, because like that's essentially what it is. It's like Ultra Magnus is combined with this trailer. So when Optimus Prime is combined with this trailer, they should be about on par. Optimus Prime should be a bit bigger. If you get back to drawing, draw your hero Jinrai like I did. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Like this guy. Totally, dude. I look at it every day. I'm like, fuck, I should have went to the dollar store and got a frame for it. I go to the dollar store often, but I don't go to the picture frame section with mindfulness. So I picked this up for Ninja, and then I went back, and there was only a few left when I went back to get some more, and there was like Clawful, which has some really clawful crud inside. It was the only one there. And what else did I got? Zodiac, Anti-Eternia Man-at-Arms. It's like if Man-at-Arms was robbing a house, like, or something like that. Like if he wanted to like raid 7-Eleven with his homies. That's that version. I don't know if that ever aired. Like, was there ever really a black version? Anti-Eternia? Is there an Anti-Eternia? Is that actually a thing? Hard to believe. Anti-Eternia. If you get back to draw, yeah. Jinrai, yeah. What's funny is I like Haikyuu as an old man, like as a balding, angry, critical old man. That's the way I like my Haikyuu. I don't know. I just the way the comic did it, really did it for me. But I totally like Jinrai. He's an awesome character too. Desco, I didn't see any of the assortment when I was at Dollarama today. Okay, right on. Grabbed it. Glad I grabbed it. Also, I forgot to mention that there was like this Netflix version of these mini ones as well. Didn't take a look at them. I was supposed to have uploaded a picture to Discord, but I never did. Yeah, there was a bunch of those that just got put up. I should actually go back and show you what there is. So today's snack is going to be, I think it's a dragon roll. What is this? Red dragon. I figured I wasn't going to survive this whole stream if I haven't eaten. So I grabbed a dragon roll while I was at the grocery store. Yeah, so what else? So back to work, because work is how I'm able to survive things. Like, I had to change, I've been trying to change how I interface with people. I want to do things online. I want to automate things so that don't have to deal with so many, because I don't have time to deal with so many customers and inquiries and stuff like that. So I'm trying to automate things, but it's hard to have time to update that kind of stuff. Anti-Eternia originates from German audio plays. Oh, basically a mirror universe where He-Man is evil. I see. That's cool. They did a lot of that kind of stuff. Like, there was that like anti-He-Man or something like that, evil He-Man or He-Man clone. What was his name? He had a name. But yeah, it was just to save on animation, I think. The animators, they're so funny. Like, I heard some stories on like how they used to train people when they were starting to work on He-Man, and they would say, okay, practice doing like the jump. Like there's like a certain jump set of frames, keyframes, for each character, and then like they're all the same. Like whether it's He-Man or Tila or whoever, they all have the same like motions. So like they would tell like one of the new guys, okay, do this, and then lo and behold, they're actually using that in the show. So I thought that was kind of funny. They were so cheap, but I guess like what can you do as like a Western um, art house? Like you gotta pay your employees, right? And money's got to come from somewhere. It's expensive to do that kind of stuff. Even these days, it must be really expensive to hire animators. I'm sure there's lots to talk about this. Who am I to talk about this kind of thing? I don't know anything about animation. But the Transformers movie seems to be flopping. I was watching the numbers up until the Friday after. Like, so I was watching it for a week, and I still think it only made. The last time I checked, it was 71.9 million it made. So let me check it again. Transformers 1 Box Office Mojo is where I've been analyzing this. 4 million this previous Saturday. Okay, right now it's totaled at 97.5 million. So if you're considering the budget was 75 million, they've made about 22 million additional like profit. But that's not considering the advertising, which must have been another maybe 50 to 70 million. Filmation had a lot of cost-cutting measures, but so did the toy line. So whatever, man. Yeah, totally. In 2002 in Walmart, I found a Netflix Transformers War for Cybertron Nemesis Prime for a clearance price for $40. What? Good find, dude. Yeah, man. Clearance finds are great. In case anyone's wondering, I'm playing some of the new Legend of Galactic Heroes in the background. You can find this online on various websites in dubbed version as well as subbed. I prefer watching it as sub. Mostly, if anything has like a sub version and a dub version, I don't want to watch the English dub because it changes like it changes the inflections of how the characters talk. That's some Toronto sushi right there. Toronto has really good sushi. Toronto's always had really good sushi. Although I'm in Saga. Kind of the same thing. But anyways, that's good sushi. Good measure of where I am. James says, Domo arigato, Ninjatron-san. So, okay, let me show you this. So the first Transformers weekend, almost 10 million on the Friday, almost 10 million on the Saturday. Then twinkled down on the Sunday. Makes sense. Tuesday jumped up to 2 million because cheap Tuesday tickets. The following weekend, 2 million, 4 million, 2 million. Damn, that hurt. What else was playing? There was like that Joker 2 movie. There was Beetlejuice. There was Wild Robot. And here it ranked number 1 on the Friday, which is like, okay, cool. Number 2, I think, behind Beetlejuice, and dropped slowly down. Now we're at 5 for yesterday, and didn't even reach 500,000 yesterday, so that's probably the mark. I think it's only going to be in theaters for 3 weeks, so this might be the last week, and that's showing. I mean, it's not about the numbers. Ninjatron was saying already, it's just about having media out there so they could sell the toys, right? It's a toy company. Transformers, the franchise, doesn't make their money off of movies necessarily. It's off the toys. That's what it is. It's a toy brand. So that's cool. It may spell, though, that they're not going to pursue other movies like this. I mean, that doesn't really say much. Maybe if they had like made 200 million on this in the first week or two, then that might indicate that they would definitely pursue a second movie. Um, Even if it did make that, is it important that they make another movie of the same one? In my opinion, no. I think it's good as it is. It's a standalone movie. It's maybe like a disconnected universe to some degree, but I think the movie is not going to be a runaway hit, but it probably not turn out to be a complete failure endeavor. Absolutely, it didn't turn out to be a complete failure. They made their money back at this point. The video releases are going to make their money on. The toys are going to make their money on. All the other crap, like the 40th anniversary stuff, like just the fact that there's a Transformers movie in the zeitgeist during this 40th anniversary, I think that says more about the brand. I think this is a very strategic thing that Hasbro has done, although it took them 5 years to release this movie, but maybe it was also strategic that they were planning this 5 years ahead to have this released on the 40th anniversary. It all just seems to be working out. It seems like they've been putting a lot of effort in Transformers ahead of this year. So yeah, I think that's well played for Hasbro. If I were to criticize it, could they have released it at a better time? Probably not. Like, you also can't anticipate like what other companies are going to release their movies and like what else people are going to do. Also, like the UK release, maybe it hasn't even released in UK yet. So like we have those numbers coming in. So I don't think it was ever going to be a big thing. A runaway hit, as Ninjatron put it. But it was good. It was a good movie. It was great. It was exciting. What I didn't initially like about it while I was there, it's that like I have my vision in one eye is better than the other eye. So when I was watching the 3D, first of all, I don't like 3D. I'm always very critical about 3D. The colors were very different. On one side it was oversaturated, and on the other side it was undersaturated. And the eye that I had better vision in, it was undersaturated, and it was a little bit off. I think maybe the image wasn't lined up correctly. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I it was a good experience that I would probably never experience that again, because like the colors, Sentinel Prime was purple in one eye and then he was blue in another eye, so that's kind of cool. There's often toys like a purple Soundwave and a blue Soundwave, so, or a purple Prime and a blue Pants Prime. So I thought that, after retrospectively, I thought that was pretty cool to experience it like that. Whereas I would probably never experience it again like that, unless they release like a Blu-ray version where they have like one. I doubt it, because the undersaturated side was just so terrible on its own. And home 3D TVs aren't a thing anymore. Already 9 o'clock. Things are steamrolling. I haven't even gotten to half of the things I had probably wanted to talk about. I'm totally unprepared. Like I was just taking Laana for a walk, and yeah. What happened? You know what? Maybe if I missed last week's stream, it was probably my birthday. It was my birthday on the 24th and 25th. Oh, darn. That would have been my birthday stream. Tuesday? Yeah, darn. Oh, no. On the 24th. Yeah, I streamed the day before my birthday and the day after Laana's birthday. Okay. Just so much happened at once. Oh, I just remembered I was supposed to call someone today. Well, that's what happens, I guess. Can't do everything. That was that one's pretty important, but I let a lot of things slide today. That one I should have done, unfortunately. Heavy beef delivery, yeah. Oh, I had another one. Oh, I just thought of another one. It was a good. Oh, I had another funny use of that acronym. Thank you, Ninjatron. Yeah, so last week would have been my after birthday stream. I didn't do much for my birthday. Let me tell you, I spent the day to myself, pretty much. I gave myself some time away. I answer my phone a bit. Okay, unknown unpopular user, thanks for joining. Really appreciate it that you're here. Next week I'll have something for you. Next week I'll be more prepared. So that's what I wanted to get back to, is talking about like my streaming schedule and like what I'm planning for the future. So I'm planning to do some videos throughout the week, just something simple. But I need to populate my YouTube channel with some like standard content videos, because YouTube just doesn't like streamers. It doesn't get much exposure, and also I do have some things I want to show and share. It's just I'm a little bit intimidated or anxiety driven about the quality of content that I'm creating. So yeah, I want to create some more content, if not for anything, just for my own enjoyment and filling up the channel with content. So that's my plan number one. Number two, getting more prepared for these live streams and having more purpose for them. So like initially I had like some themed ideas. Oh, Ninjatron, you're too nice. You're too nice. Thank you so much. I just like hanging out with you guys. That's all it is for me. I am just trying to keep you here however I can, best as I can. I don't have much to offer than my little Bumblemus Maximus here. Am I still on this shared screen? Darn, I'm so silly at streaming. I'll get better at this, I swear. Bumblemus Maximus. Yeah. So next week, oh, that's back to the Inktober. Yeah, so I'm a little bit rusty on my 3D printing. It's not that I'm rusty, it's just like I don't do it as often. Although I did pull this together pretty quick. I would like to do a 3D print every day. Like that would be like it's like that's a goal that's obtainable, I think. Because that's kind of what I do all the time. Anyways, I can sit down and I can whip something up in 20-30 minutes for something practical. So for fun, I think I might just whip some stuff out of entertainment value, so I could like post it on Instagram and fill up some content as well. Because I'm really hurting on that. I'm really hurting on that, and my problem is that I just have a little bit of an aversion on what I consider content. Everything is content, and I should just be posting all the kind of stuff I'm doing. There's a lot of things I'm doing, so trying to keep up with it, like trying to like talk about it while doing it, it's kind of tough. And with so many, like my time is spread in like this side, that side, and like this work and that work, and websites and customers and repairs, and it's hard to find an opportunity to like social media. I just have to get used to the social media stuff. More like Bumblemus Prime. Yeah. Oh, that's right. So Rodimus Magnus. Rodimus Magnus is a thing. Apparently that was supposed to be in season 4 of Transformers Animated. If I had a 3D printer, I'd make so much wacky stuff. Oh man, 3D printing. 3D printing is an awesome hobby. The problem though is if you're getting like a FDM printer, I'm sure it's better now, but like the setup and like the tweaking and the adjustments and the attenuation, that's a learning curve, unless you can find that kind of thing fun. Yeah, that's more of a challenge. It's not like one of those Star Trek hologram makers, which like I really wish it was. Can't make an Earl Grey cup of hot tea, but if you try really hard, it might. With resin printers, it's just the chemicals that you mess with. The chemicals that they use to make 3D prints are atrocious. You just absolutely don't know where they're coming from, what's in them. You can't wash it off your hands. It gets under your skin. If you use like a solvent to take it off, it probably just dissolves in your skin even more. I think I think that's really bad. I'm sure we're gonna find some really nasty stuff about that 3D print resin in the future, because it's like a UV cure epoxy, so if it gets in your skin, you don't even want to think about it. But apparently it causes a lot of skin problems, irritations, lung irritation problems. Yeah, it's not as, I wish it was like non-toxic. Even the FDM plastic printers, like the fumes that it gives off, those are toxic to a certain degree. I wish there was a cleaner way of doing it. There's some company who is actually working with NASA to like 3D print things and it doesn't have any support material. It's like it uses a very thick honey-like liquid, and it lasers in it. It lasers in this vial, the 3D printed object, and when it's done, you just spill out the remainder, and you have your 3D printed thing suspended in that liquid. So that's pretty cool. Like it's in a vial, so you don't really have to touch it until you pour it out, and then I suppose like there's a lot of waste there. Maybe you could reuse it, I guess. Yeah, so that's promising in a way to keep things clean, but it's probably going to be a little bit expensive. I wonder what kind of chemicals they're using to make that honey-like photo responsive type of polymer. So I did not go see Transformers 1 a second time. Maybe, oh, today's Tuesday. Might be a good night to go. I don't think so though. I wanted to see it again in regular format, not in 3D format. I'm sure it's playing on Friday. Is playing. It's playing also next week. Right on. So if I go Friday, yeah, all night. Or, oh, not near me anymore, is that? Oh, it's playing until Thursday near me, and then it's gonna be, no, it's gonna be that. So Thursday's the last day. So yeah, 3 weeks. It's playing at this major cinema here near me. Okay, so I have until Thursday. That's cool. There's that Wild Robot movie, which I thought was kind of sweet. I never heard about Wild Robot before, but it was cool. Robot and animals talking, communicating. I thought that's a very sweet concept. I might want to go see that, but I'm sure I could always catch that later. Apparently it was a children's book. Yeah, I've seen some 3D printer that Mattel uses to make Motu figures fully assembled with multiple colors inside these blocks of clear material that washes away with water. Oh. Oh. That's interesting. I think it's yeah, I think that's that resin, liquid resin, that water soluble resin. That's cool. From listening to Scott Knightlick's videos, they used like for those Motu not classics, the whatever Matty collector thing there, they used a lot of that Four Horsemen designs. Like they would do a lot of their sculpts, and they were very what do you call it, like they're very classic in their design method for making figures, which was very cool. So yeah, another thing I noticed, speaking of 3D printing and toys, on Bumblebee's arms, in his shoulders, there's like this little black ball outside of the balls right there, and it looks like there's layer lines on the top and bottom here. And I thought that was kind of funny because, yeah, okay, I could see if it's 3D printed, but this was made in a mold, right? So did they purposely leave those layer lines there? I'm not sure. It might just be a stylistic choice, but it looks just like layer lines, as if it was 3D printed. Yeah, classics with the Matty collector ones. Okay, cool. So yeah, for sure, like, they're 3D printing prototypes of Transformers, 100% in-house. 100% they're 3D printing this stuff. If they're not, they're wasting time. Or is it just Takara who's actually making the toys? No. Maybe they're not 3D printing it because they could just like design it on computer on like Fusion 360. There is a specific program they use at Hasbro, I forget the name of it. And yeah, I guess that's all you need to design it, right? Because 3D printing the figures is going to be actually quite different than making the mold of the figure. The mold has like a 4% shrinkage factor, so when the plastic comes out, after it cools down, it shrinks about 4% of the size. But when you 3D print something, supposedly it comes out 1 for 1 because that's how it's supposed to work, right? So that's probably the difficulty with that. Maybe they're just good for prototypes though, and like during the mold making phase, they consider that 4% reduction. I'm sure Takara knows how to deal with that kind of stuff. This is going to be a lot. If I were to airbrush this, any Transformer needs a lot of work because there's so many pins and things that move, parts that move. You don't want things rubbing against each other. That's going to be a challenge. Well guys, I'm going to catch some Z's. Have a good night. Good night, James. Thank you for joining. See you next time, dude. See you on the next streams. Who's the next stream where I'll see you? I guess I'll see you tomorrow night on Goober's Party Fall stream. Awesome. Look forward to seeing you there, man. Have a good night. Yeah, I'm happy you got this toys. I don't often go to Toys R Us to shop around. I don't really like shopping for Transformers outside of like Transformer events like TFCon and things like that. Occasionally I'll go down there just to see what's available. I guess I didn't mention is that when I was there I saw an Alpha Trion, like one of those deluxe figures from Transformers 1, and his head was ripped off, and I thought that was very disappointing. So I brought that up to the front desk and I said, hey, you can't sell this to some kid or some parent who's going to give it to some kid because they're going to be upset that the character doesn't have his bloody head on. So yeah, very mean. This Bumblebee also was in an open box, but his head does not come off. What's really interesting, and I tried to split it, and I wonder if you could see that. I made a big gouge on the top of his head because I can't, yeah, I couldn't get this apart. Like, it's either welded or glued together, and yeah, his head does not pop off. So that's maybe one thing that they've been doing to prevent people from stealing the heads. I think that's a good idea. If you're gonna have open box, design it in a way that the head doesn't pop off, and I think that's maybe what they did with this character. Good on you for that engineering thing, Hasbro. Although just put the plastic sheets back in, please. I think I would prefer that in the boxes. Because I would like to swap the head maybe, but that's okay. I guess I'm gonna have to be painting it with the head on this one. Yeah, that's something for a future me, just an idea. We're going back to window boxes here. Oh, thank God. Yeah, because the open box concept is too long. I thought they had decided it was a bad idea. Like, I thought already early on during the whatever that was, where they were also losing parts. Oh yeah, that's right. They went to the closed boxes. Yeah, closed boxes like that thrown Starscream there, King Starscream, and that was bad. That sucked. Oh yeah, because the returns were shit, and then they went back to the open boxes. Oh man, and then the heads are getting lost again. So yeah, definitely. Window boxes, please, Hasbro. Please, window boxes. I wonder what initiated them to change it in the first place. Like, do they really save that much money on that one piece of plastic? And also, like, if you make the whole box, I guess it saves money if you make the whole box, like, clothes and just artwork on it, because, like, you don't have to die cut the box in some extra way. But I mean, don't you, Hasbro, don't you have something in-house, or Takara rather, don't you have something in-house where you can figure that kind of thing out? Like, buy, or Tomy, Takara, like, it's Takara Tomy now. Like, come on. Buy out a company that makes boxes already. With the amount of business that they do with these box companies, I'm sure it would be in their interest to actually, like, own one of them. This is really good snacks actually. I picked a good trio of snacks here. Some sushi, some Suntory drink, and some Mario gummies. Yum. Actually, this is great. Thank you all for joining me for these yummy live stream snackums. So there was something else that Protoman mentioned the other day that I wanted to talk about. I thought that was really cool, but I forget what it was. I heard that there are incentives for more environmentally friendly packaging. Yeah, like who's incentivizing them though? Like if somebody's incentivizing it, like I'm sure Americans are incentivizing it, or Canadians are probably incentivizing it. Like you get so much back, but like, if they're getting made in China, I doubt China really gives a crap. Zero craps given. Maybe there's some international thing, but I can probably bet you overall, the dollar pays off if you just get them cheaply made. I'm sure. Like how much can you give back for like, how much rebates can you honestly give? Like a government's gonna go poor for that kind of thing. Economically it doesn't make sense to me. Especially when there's big numbers involved. Oh, like I can't say it's not happening, but I'm sure there's all kinds of numbers games happening with accountants and the what do you call it, the resource managers. That would be interesting to find out about the boxes. I wonder who's in charge of that. You know, my aunt used to work for, like, she used to do freelance. She used to, like, do packaging for companies. And I forget where, but I learned a little bit about packaging art and, like, how to place it and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it made sense to somebody at the time. Yeah. Well, like in Canada, for example, like we went through this phase where we weren't allowed to have plastics, and now the government is getting like kickback because that was just a mistake. And like for example, like I wasn't able to get plastic bags at the grocery stores, so they replaced it with these like extra thick grocery bags that costed $1 that you'd have to buy these extra bags, and that was a solution to the plastic pollution problem, excuse me. But yeah, we're just the consumer is paying for more of these plastics to be produced. So I think that in itself is silly to me, not to mention the fact that everything you pick off the shelf is packaged in plastic anyways, so it's a little bit silly idea to me. And we ended up having like forks and spoons. Like we couldn't have plastic forks and spoons, we couldn't have plastic straws, so we got these like pathetic sporks. Here's the example. I think I have an example here. Look at this. What on earth? This is literally popsicle stick material. What can that spoon hold? That's just like a tongue depressor. And same with this fork. Number one, the prongs on this thing here. Right? I can stab my food with my pinky better than this thing. And, oh look, and it comes with a wooden knife. A wooden knife. You heard me. It comes with a wooden knife. So, it has serrations on it, but the blade is like, the edge is a good millimeter thick. Can I cut a gummy with this? Can I really cut a gummy with this? If I can cut a gummy with this passed the test. Oh, it's mushing the gummy. It is mushing it. It is mushing the gummy. Okay, that's... yeah, it cannot cut a gummy. Like, why can't we just go to chopsticks already in Canada? That's my deal. So, like, we had this force to do, like, honestly, if we're gonna convince Canadians that this is the new standard, let's just switch to chopsticks. We have enough Asian culture, like Chinese takeout has like been part of Canadian heritage for so long. As a culture, wooden chopsticks. I know we don't have bamboo in this country, but we could get it cheap. So we should campaign for that. I've heard of edible utensils in some countries. Yeah, there was, oh, what is it? There was a starch one? Some guy on YouTube made one out of salt, which was not a good idea. Yeah, there was one starch thing, and then they also made bowls that was also edible. Like, there's alternatives. There's alternatives. We don't have to resort to wooden. Like, I'm sure there's also chemicals that have to go into this, right? There's like treatments and things like that. You have to like, I don't know. I think chopsticks are just the way to go. Like, for example, what was it that, like, when you're making these things, it causes more like pollution than if you were to make it with, I think it was like some like artificial food where like the waste product was caused more crap for the environment. It's so good, you'll even eat the bowl. It totally sounds like a slogan. I could have sworn. That's not a thing? It's so good, you can even eat the bowl. I swear I've heard that somewhere. Uncle Mo's Family Feed Bag. That's what it was. It was Uncle Mo's Family Feed Bag. Where they deep fry something, right? It's so good. You can even eat the bowl. Oh no, I can't play this song. I'm gonna get copyright stricken again. YouTube, don't copyright strike me. It's a good song though. How are we on time? 9:30. Doing good. So more Legend of Galactic Heroes happening in the background. I haven't watched the show in a while. What brought this to memory? Oh yeah. So I saw there used to be some ships like this. Collecting this Legend of Galactic Heroes is a really expensive thing, even if you're Japanese. So I saw some of these ships that they were making, like scale mini ships that you put on your desk, and they were really, really expensive back in the day. And like I guess they've been knocking it off. I think the company who's making them is called Alpha Crates. And yeah, there's some like knockoffs, like what do you call it, like garage kits on eBay, and they're super cheap. Yeah, I was going somewhere with this. So I saw that online, and I was thinking I could reproduce that Oh, that's what I thought. I had a customer who, he got some work done, and he was like, he wants some extra stuff done, and like, he was surprised when I had to charge him for that extra work. He was really upset, like already he's having some problems. So I looked up his company, because he said, I'm going to get fired over this. I'm like, that's crazy. Like, it's not your fault. So I looked up his company. He works for this machine shop. I called him back and I said, yo. Oh, and he has this like amazing 5-axis CNC machine. So like, you can make molds with this CNC machine. You could press a button and it'll make the mold, and you can come and pick it up a little bit later. So I looked at his shop. I'm like, your bill, you can forget about that. You don't owe me anything. Just when I need something from your shop, I'm gonna give you a call. So yeah, I have a company that can make a metal mold, like whether it's aluminum or steel, that they can make like exactly what they use to make regular Takara Hasbro figures. So that's cool. I might get into mold making at some point, since I have a company nearby that can work with me on that. And I was thinking, yeah, what can I send him? And I was thinking of doing like maybe a Legend of Galactic Heroes thing, because that used to be going for really expensive. And then I looked up online, and yeah, there's a lot of garage kits now, so they're relatively cheap, but there's still a large interest in them. Yeah, that is cool. So I can like 3D print something and like send it to him, and like he can make the molds, and then I don't have an injection mold machine. I gotta make one or buy one, or go to a company nearby that has some. I was thinking about that. There are some companies that I've already talked to them. They do injection molding, but they don't answer their phone and they don't answer their door. I literally went up to their door and they don't answer. I know they're there. But they're so busy with their own stuff. They don't even want to take on business. Like I called one company who does like pylons and stuff like that. They don't even answer the phone. A lot of them don't answer the phone. They're busy. So if I can get my foot in the door, like the one I went to the one time that didn't answer the door, their garage was open. So I could have walked in there and like used one of their machines, I'm sure. And I guess I was doing something else. I never hung around. That would be cool. Canadian-made Transformers or Canadian-made manufacturing. That's interesting. Normally it's like China or Taiwan. I would really love to do Transformers, like an all Canadian-made, Canadian source stuff. Of course, it's going to be way more expensive than if I source it to a Chinese company. I bet you I could just send the schematics to a Chinese company, and they could do it for me in a quarter of the price, in half the time, because they just have the facilities for that over there. But I mean, short runs, who cares? Like, that's the thing about China, is like you have to do a big run. Otherwise, it's not worth it. So if I could do a short run, then who cares if it's a little bit more pricey? Customer pays out. What else did I want to do for the stream? A couple of things, like I wanted to do some memes that I can add on the stream, because like that's a funny thing, and some quirky functions that I can add on stream, like special comments. Yeah, those are just ideas. I haven't started working on any of those yet, but I did start working on a bot for Discord, because you could script something that could, like, if I've uploaded a video or someone's posted something on the internet, I could directly send that to a Discord channel, which I think is pretty useful. It's better to automate things than to do it myself, because kind of running out of time on a regular basis. That's a normal thing for me. Oh, this was really cool. Yeah, let's look at this. I saw these VHS figures from Super 7. Like, these are super rad. I love this. That's like that looks a lot like the UK VHS, I think. Although I don't recall ever seeing a VHS, UK VHS. But yeah, so it looks like pretty cool. Or even like a Rhino artwork there. It has like the box art on the side. I had a whole ton of the FHE cassettes. Like that's what I grew up on. So it definitely doesn't look like a FHE cassette, because those are definitely different. Oversized boxes, what they were. Hey, look at this Cosmos, $24.99. Temporarily out of stock? Really? Is his flag also a gun? No. I didn't know that. I thought it was... Or is that new? Did the old Cosmos have a gun? Not what I remember. What was it called? Speedia? I thought it was just a flag. Yeah, it's just a flag. Yo. Or is that a gun and I just didn't know it? Oh, this is the Legacy one. Where's the Speedia one? That looks the same, I guess. Yeah, here's the Speedia one. Okay, it is a gun. Oh, I thought it was just a flag. Cosmos doesn't really need a gun. His hands are guns anyways, so I'm cool with that. Yeah, he has a gun. Yeah, I'd like to get those figures. Less expensive than the Ultimates versions. The Ultimates versions. Oh, this was cool. Like when what was it, Mark was showing the how he took that Bumblebee and mocked that up, but then he got to do a whole new one altogether. The design is close. Yeah, I'm glad he got to do a whole new Cosmos. This is a really good figure. We were talking about the top 5 figures that every collector should experience, or that everyone should experience as a Transformers collector. I'll go through the list that I made. That I said G1 Sunstreaker, G1 Starscream, and then Legacy Cosmos was one of them. Power Master Optimus Prime. There's one I'm missing, and then honorable mention to Animated Hot Rod. What was the last one? Oh yeah, Masterpiece Laserbeak. So those are the top 5 plus honorable mention Transformers that every collector should experience. Yeah, I think that was a good list. Yeah, because this Cosmos is really cool. Pretty cool Cosmos. My Cosmos is still in the box. Cool, cool, cool. This is a cool box. I had the box on my shelf for the longest time just because it's so cool. But I ran out of room. Let's see what else we got going on here. So I saw there was another VHS Super 7 tape. I forget which one was it, Optimus Prime? Come on, TFW. Oh, that's dope. Hot PO alerts. Transformers X Monster Hunter Rathalos Prime. Wow. Wow. Okay, that is stellar. I'm not a Monster Hunter fan. The only reason I know Monster Hunter is because in Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, there's like a Monster Hunter thing for some reason. I don't have room to put everything when I open it all right now. Yeah, I know how that is. Just leave it in the box. Pretend it's like prepped for storage. Yeah, that Rathalos is really rad. Wow. And the prime that comes out of it, very cool, very samurai-esque. Wow. Look at that sword too. Holy. Some releases here. What is this? Transformers 1 character and background art. Very nice. Very nice background art. Yeah, I love the organic theme they had to the movie. There's so many things that happened in the movie that they didn't like verbally explore. Like the organics, energon flow, Primus. Well, Primus they refer to directly, but yeah, a lot of directions that they could go with this franchise. But unfortunately, that's probably the last and only media we're gonna have for this. My Monster Hunter armor looks like Optimus Prime. Sick, sick. You have Monster Hunter armor? That's a dope looking Megatronus. Yes, it's okay looking Starscream. I like the jet mode a lot. That's very nice, actually. For a Tetrajet, yeah, that's really cool. It's very angular as opposed to like that swoopy look that we had in the 80s. Very cool indeed, actually. Oh man, that would make an amazing toy. Holy cow, is that even doable? Is that like a realistic transformation? So we have the wingtip here. That angle is a little bit more steep than what I see here. Or maybe not. Maybe not, because it's angled down a little bit. Okay, I see. Alright, and here we have that. And that swoop. Oh, it does swoop, indeed. Canopy. Maybe that's doable. That'd be cool. Really would love to see that figure. I'm sure they'll do Starscream at some point. I hope it looks as good as this concept art. Oh, that's that cool Soundwave alt mode that they had in the movie. Where he had that, like, it's Independence Day moment. Where Wheeljack was freeing the slaves in the Ultimate Doom. And how he was, like, unlocking the shackles, the Energon shackles. Dope looking Shockwave, wow. You see him in alt mode? Very cool. Some kind of future truck. It's a future starship. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, a little bit slapped together in some respects. Like I think the teams for the movie were a little bit disconnected. Like, I think the background artists could have worked together with the character artists more. I think the crowd artists could have worked together with the character designs more. What is this? Collection Space CS03 Star Queen. Yeah, it's pretty dope. Actually, that looks like a really natural Starscream. That doesn't look odd at all. That looks really good. Like natural. Wow. Cool. Wow. Digging that. Holy cow. Right on. Not sponsored. TFCon, Baltimore, November 1st to 3rd. Anyone's going? Hope you're all going to have a good time. I wonder if I can still make it. I doubt it. Maybe I can. Maybe I can. What day is it? The 8th? Maybe I can make it. There's that Primus from that Studio Seed. What I liked in the movie is that they had the Transformers Cybertron version of Primus. That was pretty cool. Yeah, very cool, very cool. It's got that Optimus looking head, Orion Pax looking face. Does he have another head for this one? Or is it just that Orion Pax looking head? Yeah, I think that's it. Oh yeah, there it is, there it is. There's that Rodimus looking head. And his head transforms into Alpha Trion. What? Is that for real? Is it Headmaster? Oh here, Transformers 1 third party. It's just like a model, isn't it? Yeah. Action figure. I hope we get an art book. Yeah. Yeah, more merch like that would be good. Yeah, that looks good. What is this? Flame Commander Transparent version. Mechanic Studios. Wow. That's like a missing link Rodimus. Like legit. Wow. Oh, he's missing the spoiler though. What the heck? There's no Winnebago spoiler. Unfair. Every Winnebago needs a spoiler. Oh, is my video frozen? Checkity check. Let me fix that. Oh. There we go. I wonder how long it's frozen like that. Yeah, that's cool. So they're doing some more media. Oh, I'm not screen sharing it. They're doing more media with like some of the guys from Transformers 1. That's cool that they're continuing the media tour of Transformers 1 and not just moving on to the next project. This one I want really bad. I was dreaming about this guy. This missing link Sentinel Prime. I don't mind that he's called Sentinel Prime. I just want the yellow truck. I think that's really cool. It's too cool. Oh, I saw these at Toys R Us the other day. Where did they go? These friendship packs? Yeah, I saw these. So it's like a mining Megatron. I don't know what they called it. Some officer, some security officer, Orion Pax. Yeah, it's cool. Oh, that's cool. I never saw those in stores. I didn't think that was coming to stores. The comic book editions there. Oh, that is something else. Firak. Star Ranger Firak. Wow, that's cool. Wow, nice selection at this store. Go Australia. So yeah, this is the Alpha Trion that was missing his head there. I didn't see these at stores either, but they had a full display of like just these two guys and none of these two. What the heck? Like huge display, and they only had Alcatraz and Optimus Prime. Strange. At TRU, yeah, Toys R Us. That was a San Diego exclusive. Oh, Get Out. That was a San Diego exclusive. How much was the price tag there? Does it say 149? Yeah, it says 150 Australian dollars. Oh, I wonder how much it was at Toys R Us. I should go back and check. Fractured Friendship 2-pack. See if I Google that. Or maybe, you know what, I'll Google Toys R Us. There we go. 99 Bones. Is this Canada? Yeah, it is Canada. So that was $100. It didn't spark me with joy quite as much as the Bumblebee did. Cool though. I'm more interested in getting that Studio Series Transformers 1 Optimus Prime. They had a couple of those left there. I might go pick that up. I do want that 2-pack, but it's a maybe someday kind of a thing for now. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I'd like to get the Shockwave version of this comic book pack. That was a cool one. What do we see here? This Megatron, what is this called? Oh, this is Galvatron. Oh, cool. And then another Galvatron. I don't remember seeing this Galvatron. That's cool. And for 19 Australian dollars, pretty cheap. 24 Australian dollars for deluxe figures? That doesn't make sense. Why are we paying so much in Canada? Oh, good selection. Oh, 20% off, okay. Oh, here's that dead Ratchet and Brawn. Yeah, I like that set. Good scene from the awesome movie. After these stores, I prefer to walk past fully stocked Hot Wheels, Jurassic Park, Lego, He-Man, Minecraft, mystery shit to get to my tiny empty Transformers section as usual. That's funny. Yeah, the Transformers section at Toys R Us is pretty typically empty and sparse. It's just an end cap, and like since we had the Transformers 1 merchandise, okay, like it's only that stuff has filled like the end of one aisle, but it's going to be gone pretty soon, I'm sure. Okay, where are we at here? So I kind of had tried to time things out in the background video that we're going to have some fun entertainment. What was supposed to be next after Legend of Galactic Heroes? We were supposed to have Cyberpunk Edge Runners at some point play, which hasn't come up yet, I guess. I think it's because these Legend of Galactic Heroes episodes is like an hour long, and we are in episode 2, that's why. Okay, cool. I'll just jump over to what I wanted to get to for the end anyways, which was... this is done by, I think, the guy who did Ghost in the Shell? Is it Mamoru, or is Mamoru the director of the movie? It's called Black Magic 66. The manga that it was based on is completely unrelated to how this short film came out. Buraku Magiku. Yeah, so this was the anime was written and illustrated by Masumune Shiro, the same guy who did Ghost in the Shell. Who directed the movie, though? That's a good question. Oh, Shiro Masamune directed it, or helped direct it, and another director is Hiroyuki Kitakubo. And for the sake of it, let's see what else he's done. So this is Hiroyuki Kitakubo. He was on the animation department of Akira, awesome. Director of Blood, Last Vampire. Director of Rujin Z. Oh, cool. Fair list of directing jobs. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, right on. 13 episodes he directed. And Golden Boy he directed, 6 episodes. Cool. And this Black Magic was his second movie. Cool. Kurimu Riman. Saw an image of fully stocked mochi selection from a store in Germany and I got jealous. Yeah, I bet. Okay, I want to know what this is about. Kurimu Remen. Okay, no, this is just trivia. Because it's lemon. Remen. It must mean lemon, yeah. Introduced the term lemon to anime fandom. It means fan-produced erotic parody story concerning established anime characters. Oh. Okay, so the word a lemon in anime fandom means a fan-produced erotic parody concerning established characters. Oh my. I did not know that. Is that what this is about? What is this about? Okay, let's see the synopsis for episode 4. What does it say here? Arriving at the quiet town of Neo, Kansas, Rio lodges herself at the Sailor Uniform Salon, the only bar hotel around. Mai, a waitress who works at the salon, asks Rio to deal with a gang that is terrorizing town. Rio offers her help, and Mai is very thankful for that. Okay, the show didn't get a bad rating. It got a 7.5 for that particular episode. Interesting. That's cool. So that was his first debut as a director, I guess. Cream Lemon? Yeah, that's some icky stuff. Okay. Oh. I think I know what you're talking about. Is that? No. There's an anime. I'm not gonna name it. Something Popo. Not Mr. Popo. But yeah. Some funny anime stuff. There's some funny anime, so don't have to be a fan of all of it. It's allowed to exist though. Everything is allowed to exist. Everything has deserved a chance at life. Even lemon anime. Yeah. What else has been happening? Just trying to keep up with stuff. Yeah. I've been trying not to stress. I've been having so much stuff going on that I would otherwise be super stressed and exhausted, which I kind of am, but I'm just trying to like take things in stride. Like today I was completely burnt out. Like, whoa. Past couple of days I've been trying to get a lot of things done because I just had to get things done. Because I knew I'm gonna just run out of time. And really hustled the past couple of days, and I woke up today thinking, shit, still got a lot of things to do. Kind of planned it this way, but it's just how things roll. But man, oh man, this morning I felt like I needed a day off. But that's okay, I hustled through it. I've been waking up at like 5:30 lately. Just a good time to get things started early. And it helps. Because at a certain point in the day, I just can't function anymore. So that's that. I did have something planned for the rest of the day. I was gonna like veg and maybe do a little bit. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna 3D print a few things and kind of veg. Although that's kind of in itself hobbying. It should be a weekend thing, but that's kind of what I wanted to get under my belt this week. A little bit extra 3D printing. I should clarify, I have heard of it, but I'm not an aficionado. Okay, that's important clarification. Like, I know people who are like exclusively into some of these funny, bizarre animes. Yeah, it has its own type of fandom in itself. A lot of the people I hung out with in Japan particularly weren't fans of anime at all. Not everyone, just like, you know, I was surprised to meet people who were just like, ew, anime, who were Japanese. But it was refreshing, kind of, that like, not all Japanese people like anime. This is some gaming soundtrack. What was this thing here? Bitch Murderer, Section 4. Okay, Selection 4. Right on, right on. What's a 6-inch Ultra Magnus figure? I think New Age. That unknown, not popular user was mentioning before. Yeah, there's a New Age Ultra Magnus. Is he 6 inches though? And this guy's not cheap. Yeah, it's a decent looking Ultra Magnus. What? He has his inner bot mode? No way. Oh, I see it now. Wow, it's actually pretty dope. And what does he transform into? He does transform into his full truck mode? Wow. That's actually pretty impressive. Comes with a Prime gun, Ultra Magnus gun, another Ultra Magnus gun. Wow. Dope. Yeah, New Age figures are relatively small, eh? Big screw there. A couple of big screws on his butt. Those are like, no shame in those screws. Very rad looking figure. Yeah, just out of curiosity, I had to find out about that New Age Ultra Magnus. What else? What else can I get to this? What else has been happening in the past couple of weeks? It's been 2 weeks. I think I've only caught up on things that have happened this week. Happened last week. Birthdays. It was my sister's birthday. Not much. Not much. Other than hustle. Just trying to keep up with things. Yeah. Yeah, it's not easy. It seems like the story of my life, though. I shouldn't really complain. Yeah. I think that's all the steam I got left. I think that's all the steam I have. So I think I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it short. We're already past 10 o'clock though. Yeah, I missed. Cooper had a stream. He streamed some Vanilla Ice stuff that I missed. I think it was on Sunday. Oh yeah, that's right. I was in the ChildrenOfPrimus group there. Yeah, I went back and joined ChildrenOfPrimus group because I wasn't gonna let that deter me. So yeah, I'm sad I missed that watch party. So hopefully there's another watch party soon. Yeah, Ninjatron, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining everyone. James, unknown unpopular user. So sorry about that. And everyone else in the chat, and everyone else lurking. I'll see you all in the next stream. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'll be on Goober Stream, 8:30 on Party Paul Go. Yeah, it was fun. We'll do another watch party this month. Yeah, excellent, excellent. Look forward to it. Look forward to it. Still haven't seen the last Starfighters, so hopefully you guys haven't watched that yet. Definitely down to watch that with you guys sometime. No rush, whenever we can. So I'll see you next time. Ciao.